The present educational system which we have, it was started by a British gentleman whose name is Macaulay. And he was honored as a lord in the British royal system, so he became Lord Macaulay. He came to India, he did the survey of India. He found India has its own educational system. In spite of 800 years of foreign rule by the Muslims, still then the flame of Indian education is there. What he found, the teacher is sitting under the shade of the tree and the children are studying. And he asked, what is going on? He said, it is a school. There is no school building, no school building. What do they study? Here, before I go to what do they study, I will tell you about Panchatantra. It is a very interesting book. If you read the introduction to the book, the king had wayward sons like the Kauravas. And king was really sad that they are not getting proper education. Anybody who can really train my children, educate them, I will give whatever he wants. And Vishnu Sharma, some people believe that he was from Ganjam area. You know this? Vishnu Sharma was from Odisha. Kalidasa was from, you know it? Kalidasa is from Odisha. Listen. Sridhara Swami is from Odisha. So, Sahitya Darpana, who has written? Vishwanath Kaviraj. He is from Odisha. People don't know. However, forget about it. Panchatantra, only by telling stories, he made them educated. Only through stories. Now come back, what I was talking of, Macaulay. He saw, what do they study? They study Sanskrit. Is it a language? Yes, it is the Vedic language. You see, a language speaks of the country. A language speaks of culture. A language speaks of the heritage. And what is this language? It is Sanskrita. You look at this word Sanskrita, do you know what is the meaning of the word Sanskrita? Cultured, refined, polished, civilized. This is the name of the language. Cultured, polished, civilized, refined. This is the name of the language. Name of the language is this. You see, Whittle, England. Whittle, England. What is England? English land. Those who speak English with the language, the country. Whittle, Germany. The language is German. In their own language, they speak. No, Germany is not Germany. You know this? Whittle, Germany. Do you know what is the name of their country? Deutschland. What is the name of the country? Deutschland. The language is Deutsch. Deutsch. Deutschland. So, language and country, so the culture, the civilization. So, now, what is this language? Are there books in this language? Books? So many books. Maybe no culture, no civilization has. So many books in Sanskrit. How do they teach? The teaching is teacher and student. Payment? Nothing. They give somebody brings some rice, somebody brings some vegetables, somebody brings this. That is payment. He saw, observed, and he found we have to destroy it. If we cannot destroy their traditional educational system, we cannot rule this country, because this education is very powerful. This education is very powerful, and that is how this Macaulay's educational system started, and it is still now continuing. The British educational system. In British educational system, what they did, just to tell you, they first taught this. If you read Swami Vivekananda's writings, your ancestors were uncivilized. They didn't know anything. So they were fools. So all this. And this started. So we thought anybody who speaks English is a great person. And this is in blood. I will tell you one incident. When I spoke in English, I was respected immediately. My dress, when I was not putting on this dress, it was simple dhoti and shirt, Punjabi. I went to buy a bedpan in a store, medical supplies in Mangalabag. When I went, I asked, do you have bedpan? He said this. So what is the price? He told a price. But I felt it is high price. So I was standing there. Another person came with coated, booted and this. And he said, give me a bedpan. They gave the bedpan. And what is the price? It was quite a less price. So he took, I said, sir, you gave him at this price and you are telling me this price? And that seller, the shopkeeper told, if you want to take it, take it. If you don't want to take it, leave here. If I give somebody free, do you expect that I will give you free? And his voice was quite adamant and arrogant. I said, sir, I started speaking in English. You should not talk like this. You have opened the store, I am a customer. Customer has a right and customer can challenge you in the court. There is a consumer's court. I will take this, I will take a bill from you, receipt from you. Tomorrow I will see you in the consumer's court, the way you behaved and the price you charged. When I started speaking in English, immediately his tone changed. When I spoke in English, immediately the tone changed. Sir, please, because my voice also went high. Please take at this price and don't. I said, no. I am not a beggar that you will be just giving me a less price. The way you behave, you should not. English language. English language has so much of effect. And if you speak Odia language, immediately one thinks he doesn't know anything and dress is looking like a villager. However, come to this present educational system, and from that educational system, what they wanted, where is mistake in the educational system? They wanted to create some, what are the purpose of British education? Create demoralized, spineless people, and who will be capable to be our clerks, who will be capable of our assistants. That's all. Those who will understand the language, they can communicate with us, they can be our orderly, they can be our clerk, they can be our. That's all. India got independence. Even after independence, India doesn't have its own healthy educational system. It is unfortunate to tell you, when you speak of modern educational system, how to integrate. Immediately after independence, where we had the mistake, our leaders could not think which type of education we need, in which medium we should teach them, what should be the curriculum, what type of subjects we should teach them. We should teach them in such a way they will be really good human beings. Nobody will be unemployed. Government cannot create employment. People should not think that we will look for job waiting for years after years after years. This is the defect in our education. We could not create education to make a good human being, self-confident, with self-esteem, self-dependent, creative. No. The same spineless, lack of morality, lack of values, this type of education, and still now it is continuing. Now, after this much of discussion, tell me, doesn't India need a healthy educational system? I will give you a few examples. We see that there is plastic or paper is there, plastic is here. We see here and there, everywhere we see India is dirty. Yes or no? I have been to Sri Lanka. Do you know I have been to Sri Lanka? Nobody knows. I have been. I have been to many places people don't know. It is a small island country. It is so clean, so green, poorer than India. Sri Lanka is poorer than India. But how that country is clean and green? Why not India? Poorer than India, our neighboring country. I am not talking of Europe. I am not talking of America or Japan. I am talking of Sri Lanka. I have been to Bhutan. I have been to Bhutan. It is another beautiful country. You cannot compare with India. They are much more better than India in many ways. Where is problem? Where is problem? What is happening? Because I am traveling all over the world. Listen, I am an idealist, but I am not theoretical. I try. I am a dreamer, but I try to see that things are, if we can do it. Education, the modern education has failed in India. I'll tell you, all the corrupt people are well educated. Whether they are politicians or bureaucrats or engineers or businessmen, all educated people are corrupt. You can't show that a poor villager is corrupt. Nowadays, again, these corrupt people are making them corrupt. A farmer, I will give you a simple example. A farmer is growing, suppose, vegetable. He is growing eggplant, brinjal. So he will take the basket of vegetable to the farmer's market. He will take the farmer's market. When he plucks the vegetable, he screens it. He checks the. So when he checks, it is worm eaten. He keeps it separately. Which are good, he takes to the market. Yes or no? So it shows that farmer is not corrupt. Very simple example. Farmer is not corrupt. Every farmer. A farmer doesn't put stone in the paddy or rice to get its weight increased. No. Who does it? So, however, educational system in India has failed in creating good human beings, in creating healthy environment, in creating self-confident and self-dependent human being. You see, even after the parents have spent so much of money for the child's education, and still child is dependent because he doesn't have job, then why did you study it? Can you not? I cannot do this small work. Can you do this? I have studied so much. In West, I am just telling at present age, they don't consider any work is small or big. No work is small or big. In West, when they get education, I will give one simple example. One day I was in Gurudev's ashram when Gurudev was there, and Gurudev loved gardening, and all the disciples, those who came, and they all have to work. All have to work in the garden. I am telling in Miami, in USA. While working, so somebody damaged the water pipe. Plastic pipe, water pipe, it was damaged, and water is coming out. And so, if it would have been India, suppose here and Balasram, if we have water pipe is damaged, what will do? Call the plumber. What we do? Call the plumber. There what happened? An attorney means advocate. He just bent down, he brought something, and because they have at every home in ashram, they have lots of tools. he himself fixed the water supply. One attorney, advocate, he knows plumbing. Attorney knows plumbing, and here the attorneys. Forget about attorneys, they have lots of money, that's fine. We poor teachers, if there is something, we have to call him. They know, most of the things they know. Everybody knows how to stitch, how to do electric connection, water supply, minimum things, what is needed at home, mostly people know it. They manage. That is their education. And what is our education? Our education is a handicapped educational system. Physically handicapped, mentally handicapped. So, if you think what we discussed of our educational system which we had and the present educational system which we have, it is highly essential to integrate our old with new and to make a healthy modern educational system, combining both spiritual and secular education. Plus, you will tell India is a secular country. Spiritual education has no religion. Spiritual education has no religion. As we are not teaching spiritual education, there is religious conflict. It was also my thought, for example, because we are here, let our children go to church one day to see what they do. Let our children go to mosque one day. Let them see how do they pray. Let the children go to Gurudwara one day. It is not just go to this place, that place, and to go to this type of place where they can see. This is, in our country, we have so many religions. These are the Buddhists, these are the Jains, these are, so they should know with practical demonstration. Suppose you take them to Cuttack and Bhubaneswar, you can show everything. You can show the Christian church, you can show them Muslim mosque. If you coordinate with them, there will be no problem. You just put a little bit on the top, they can go inside. You can go to Gurudwara, you can go to Jain Mandir, you can go to Buddhist place, you can go with this, and you tell them what they are, what they practice, and how all are staying here in India joyfully. If one finds it, so we are lacking a lot in our modern education.